Hello, welcome to the Cloud Blue Podcast post-match reaction. Oh, Aston Villa 2, Arsenal 1 in the 95th minute. This podcast may be chaotic despite the match finishing about an hour and a half ago or whatever it was. I've got to get the adrenaline back of the full time feeling. It's kind of died off a little bit, but it no doubt will come back as we talk through it. We try and keep some kind of order with this sometimes, but there's absolutely no chance of us starting anywhere but the 95th minute. Are you still with us, Matt? First of all,
no, I left on 88, mate, to beat the traffic.
Oh God, the people that do that, you've missed out on a real treat there this afternoon.
There can be no reason. Listen, if you've missed it, I'll accept medical emergency. I'll accept birth of first child, not second. You've already had one. I'll accept, I don't know, abducted by aliens. But there cannot be any other good reason for not staying till a very, 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 very sweet end today. Oh,
so good.
It was magnificent, wasn't it?
We'll talk about different things as we go through here. It's very easy when something has happened to think, I don't know when the last time something like that happened, because all I can think about is the most recent one. But I can't remember celebrating a goal like that. Like full stop. Never mind, like a late minute winner. Like, we went mental. Trinity lower. Obviously, we're right by the subs bench. Emery's right in front of us, and Nana's giving it beans. It was unbelievable.
I texted you, didn't I? Like, I've never really known like limbs in the Trinity upper before. I've got a cut on the back of my calf.
Have you?
I can still feel it now, and it's a glorious, glorious feeling because it's reminding me and taking me back there. I mean, I lost my phone for the first goal. The woman in the front row had to hand it back to me. It was just magnificent. Like my mate, my son and his mate were kind of, lying down with each other's arms wrapped around them, and some stranger with them. It was just absolutely wonderful. And if we've got any kind of Arsenal fans infiltrating this, hello, probably in the same way that we've infiltrated the title race somehow.
Yeah.
I know we don't want to kind of get too carried away and jinx things and stuff.
Get carried away for one night only. Get carried away. Come on.
We're part of the conversation, aren't we? Now, Sky Sports and their little graphics are going to probably have to include us now. They can't.
It's going to be difficult to avoid us, isn't it? If we're in second come the end of the weekend. Obviously, there's games ongoing, but even it's going to be third at least. So, yeah, unbelievable. Just shout out to my dad if he's listening, whether it's live or afterwards. He's got a big graze cut up at the front of his shin as well, and he said on the way out, like, I didn't realize he'd done it during the kind of adrenaline of it all, and then it really hurts now. He said, big long cut like this long. I bashed my knee as well. I mean, the row in front of us, a lot of them are gone. So I almost went over the front seats in front of me as well, and somebody kind of grabbed my back. Just unbelievable scenes. Like, I've obviously seen the goals back now. Like, during the moment, two things. First, I didn't know what the goal was like at all. I just saw it as a scramble. That the finish it's unbelievable, really. I don't know who scored it. I don't know anything about it. And the second thing that came to mind was the episode we did recently and have spoken about since, of celebrating goals that are then ruled out. I was pretty scared because of the scramble and because of how the referee was, which I'm sure we'll get into in a bit. There must have been something in that ongoing, what felt like 30 seconds of chaos. There's got to be a handball in there or something. And I and everybody else around me has just gone absolutely mental. This is going to be a horrific feeling if this is now ruled out. So when it was given as well, I'll let you talk in a sec. What I absolutely love with these things, and me and my dad were like chuckling about this on the way out. The thing of, like, there's not even any chance for the other team to get back into it. Not even any chance to kick off. What an extra little bit of icing on the cake that is for blow the whistle. I'll blow it again. I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, it was glorious, and just want to apologise to the overworked NHS staff of various accident and emergency departments around the region tonight, because there probably will be. I mean, your dad mind me calling him an old man? I don't know. There'll be men and women of a certain age who are probably rocking up with celebration-related injuries. So on top of people putting saucepans on the head and falling naked into vases or whatever happens at A&E departments on a Saturday
However
night.
You want to celebrate the win, mate. It's up to you.
I couldn't commit to that until VAR had absolutely checked it. Then I could go wild with that. But it's funny, because it was just delirium and pandemonium And I didn't even think about, we've spoken in the past, something back just in case VAR comes and gets you. I didn't even think about it. I just thought, what a glorious, in that moment, I mean,
Agreed, yeah.
taken away from us, I'd have been bereft. But it was just a glorious, glorious moment. And fair play to the little man. I mean, we signed this player in the summer called Emiliano Buendia. I don't know whether you'd heard much about him. But we signed
with Arsenal at one stage, I think.
Yeah, I think he was actually. Yeah, I think we didn't we have some kind of salty Arsenal tears over that a few summers ago. Been a slow burner, but he's come to the boil just in time, hasn't he? And he's the scourge of North London now. Obviously scored the winner at Spurs and then scored the winner against Arsenal today. And we've got him again, haven't we? We've got the return game.
I gotta say, if we win that, I would love it if we beat them. Love it. Oh, mate, it's such a big month, isn't it? Like, obviously, we will stick on today, but me and Neil did the post-match post-Brighton. I mean, it's 9 points in a week. Like, this week has not been easy. Wolves at home, yes, they're terrible, but for us, it's something on that. They played much better in that in the game than in the games they've played since. Brighton away, tricky, 2-0 down, come back, show great character, something maybe we've questioned of the Villa side. And then the title lead, the current title leaders, current league leaders, at home, are they going to be the team that comes and stops Villa's unbeaten run? No, they weren't winning at any point. We went 1-0 up. The best they could have got today was a point at any stage. So, to win it in that way, and then you've got Chelsea, Manchester United, and Arsenal still to come, plus West Ham and a Europa League game. Like, you can look at that as, but they're going to be tricky, or you can look at them how I'm looking at them as, what an opportunity. And I'm going a bit Sean Dyche now, so I better clear my throat.
Which way did you come back today? Through past Gravelly Hill, was it?
Nice.
What was I going to say? It felt like a big game. You talk about the ones that are coming up. It got that big game feeling today, and I'm always a little bit wary about the 12:30s.
Me too.
I was saying to the fella next to me before the game, I'd have preferred this to be like a 5:30 or an evening kickoff, so it'd have been dark and under floodlights.
Yeah.
Fair play to the whole 10. They were our kind of conductors today, as they tend to be. And I thought that, Arsenal came and made a fair bit of noise, but I thought we generated the atmosphere that game deserved today. And it didn't take us to go 1-0 up to do that. We were already, when we did go 1-0 up, that obviously helps. But I think that the crowd played their part today in making sure that it was the right kind of atmosphere.
What I thought about that? And this is only now, I can only really say this with any, it's going to sound stupid anyway, but I can only say it now that we've gone on to not lose the game. But I actually think them scoring early-ish in the second half kicked the game back into life a little bit. Because it's always flat after half-time. It's 1:15. It just, from both sides, it's just really quiet at the start of the second half. And I didn't have that, this is a big game energy at the start of the second half, but they scored. That obviously brought their fans back. But as Villa Park does, we go, okay, well, we're still Villa, we'll give you some back. And that kind of, it felt like the start, it felt like 12:30 again. It felt like the game had just kicked off again. And now, okay, something to play for, 1-1, the atmosphere's back. So in a weird kind of twist of fate, us conceding kind of, because we played well throughout, really. Yeah. They've had their moments, but I thought we were the better team throughout. And this wasn't smash and grab kind of, Villa have ground out the game and played horribly or whatever. We were the better team throughout it, I thought.
Yeah, you know what? I thought you were going to say. I thought you said, you know what? I put the atmosphere down to today. The return of Hercules and Bella.
Yeah,
I thought you were going to say that.
You'd be surprised how many tweets I've had about that.
I thought they were kind of nailed to the office wall of a taxidermist. I did both of them, so they must have. I don't know where they found them. They've got the costumes out of a storeroom. And
do you reckon it's a bit lower and someone leaves it?
Sorry, I've just broken the dream now. That our younger listeners, that their costumes. Don't get me started on Santa. What were you going to ask about?
I was going to say, it's a bit like when someone leaves a job and you're struggling to get an email password off them or something. Like somebody left and locked up Hercules and Bella in a cupboard, and they had the key, and now they've finally reached out to who that was, and they've got them back.
Yeah, speaking from a position of experience, aren't you giving us some of our battles for passwords and access to accounts in recent weeks? Or unless they put it on a shrink wash and got a size that fitted Harvey Elliott, perhaps. I don't know. Maybe that was it. But yeah, your point about them scoring at the start of the second half. It's one of them ones where they obviously came out with a bit more oomph at the start of the second half, and I think Trossard, does he always score against us?
Yes, he does.
I thought Trossard gave us a little bit of a warning, didn't he, by flashing that one past the post before then. And I thought, oh, come on, Villa. But I think you're right. Perhaps the goal, the equaliser, was the scare that we needed to get back into life. And I thought we played. Listen, there were chances at both ends. I think we probably created more.
Yeah.
I think about the Watkins chance first half, which he did everything right except the finish, but it was a good save from Raya.
The one he's jinking left and right.
Yeah, he did well to create the space, and then he's hit it with his left foot and not probably got hold of it. And we've obviously we can go through the goals and stuff, but we have had good chances. Like Marlon has come on and flash one past the post. I'm just trying to think. Was there another Watkins one as well? I can't remember. I remember I know the one that frustrated me when Kamara's won the ball back really high up.
Oh yeah,
and then after you. You think just bloody get a shot away.
I'm thinking of the one where he took it. He tried to move it back onto his right side when he probably should have taken it from his left.
Yeah, I think that's the one when we got the interception second half, halfway through. Anyway, we deserve to win. I think Arsenal fans will probably beg to differ. They probably say that they deserved a point. But have you seen who Keown awarded man of the match to?
No, I haven't. Shall I have a guess?
Go on.
Well, first of all, was it even a Villa player?
It wasn't.
It was not a Villa player.
No.
Wow. Oh, they loved Rice on there, don't they?
I don't know what they eat, mate, to be honest, but
terrible. And as I was saying that, I knew you were going to make a stupid joke. Was it Rice?
It was Martin Odious awarded the award to Martin Odegaard, which I'm not sure is even in the top 4 midfielders on the pitch, was he?
For Arsenal? Never mind, just for us. Did he do anything of note to be like, oh yeah,
he's had the one that Martinez has got his fingers to.
Yeah, which is a good save, to be fair. Yeah.
I think he's probably been involved in their goal. I'm not saying he played poorly. I just don't think he played.
He's not man of the match, though, is he?
I think they were better.
Did they pick the man of the match before because they often pick it quite early, don't they?
I believe they probably picked it before 94 minutes and 1 second, which is what the goal was timed at. But you're not suddenly going to give it to Emi Buendia after that.
I might.
Well, yeah, I think we probably will in a minute, but yeah, it's just I don't know, and I know Keown is more associated with Arsenal than he is with Aston Villa. He had played for Villa briefly during the time when we were in the bin, and then went on to enjoy great success at Arsenal. But I don't know. Maybe I'm the one who's been biased here, but I'd have thought there'd have been 2 or 3 Villa players who would have been better bets for it than Martin Odegaard, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, let's try and pick 2 or 3 of those players then, shall we? It's everybody's favourite section. It's time for the Man of the Match award, and we're going to pick our top 3 in order. And if there wasn't 3 good players, it's a bit of tough isn't it? Probably need to re-record that voiceover, because it's more often than these days that we do have plenty of players to pick from. I think we had that in the days where it was probably the Kamara award, and it was like, if we aren't allowed to pick 2 others.
Yeah, you need to re-record it anyway. I don't like that in order bit. I like to give it, give it to 3 people equally.
No, that changes the whole format. Okay, you've got to pick Buendia, right? You've got to.
You don't have to, but I mean, listen,
come on.
He scored the winner, and he's been the man. So let's put him in there. You putting him top?
Well, if we're not putting a particular order, it gives me a guess out. I don't know. You probably can't put him top. How many minutes has he played? But he scored.
Put him top. Put him top. Put the little man on top of the Christmas tree.
Put him top. We don't get that moment without him scoring that goal. So he's man of the match. He's got to be. Which is mad. What a moment. I don't think I'll ever get over that. Somebody asked earlier in the chat before we carry on, does this week beat the Man City and Arsenal week of, was that the Champions League? That wasn't last season, was it? The year before?
Yeah, it's the year before.
Yeah, year before. Does this week beat that one for you?
I don't know. I mean, that was Man City and Arsenal. I mean, reigning champions Man City and Arsenal within the space of about 4 or 5 days.
Obviously, both at home.
I remember Big Ron saying that performance against Man City was the best Villa performance he'd ever seen. I mean, clearly he's not seen 3 minutes of Emi Buendia today, or 30 seconds of Emi Buendia today. I don't know. I mean, it's a different time, isn't it now?
Yeah.
I think if you look back to the start of the season, and we are now, within 3 points of the top of the table. That's remarkable, that is.
I know. I keep using the word remarkable to describe Villa's rise up the Premier League, but really there is no other word for it, really. Just on that, quickly, we'll come back to the man of the match in a second. So at the moment, Man City are winning, so they're up to 31 points again. So we're down to third. Boo. Chelsea and Bournemouth is still 0-0, and Newcastle and Spurs, they're not challenging us at the moment. They're both winning as well, so they're now up to 22, both of them. So an 8-point gap, to be fair. That's what we want to see, actually, a nice gap building behind us. I had a look in the car on the way home for where we're at after game week 15 of this year, last year, and the year before. So this year, third, 30 points, 2 points a game, bang on. But obviously, we had the first 5 games that we've spoken about, where Villa had 3 points. So it's 27 points in 10 games. Is that right? Yeah. Wow, that's a lot, isn't it? 27 points in the previous 10 games, which is not far off 3 points a game. Because we've lost 1 out of 10, right? That's the maths on that, I think. So last year, obviously this season that we finished 5th after 15 matches then, trying to do this on the fly, everybody, so do bear with me. We were 6th with 25 points from 15 games. So we're 5 points up on where we were this time last year. And the year before that, where we qualified for the Champions League by finishing 4th, we were 3rd on 32 points. So we're a little bit behind where we were for the Champions League season. Although top that year, Arsenal were on 36. So we're closer to the top now than we were that year, which argues the league is more competitive. Last year, we're better than we were, which says that maybe we'll finish higher than we did last year, if you take what we've done so far and extrapolate it over the course of a season. I made a really ham-fisted point there to say that we're better than we were last season, but not quite as good as we were for the Champions League season. But I think that probably rings true, because I don't feel like we've played as well this year as we did in 23, 24. Because we were blowing teams away, weren't we? Brighton 6-1, and we scored a couple of other goals in games as well. But this year just feels different. It feels more competitive. It feels a bit more, I don't know, like streetwise or something. Like Villa are just doing their job. Is the feeling I get from the team. Like here's a bit more adversity, and we just step up and go on, then we'll deal with it. And it seems like Villa are quite a professional side and just go about their business well.
Yeah, I don't know whether there wasn't a question, was there? It was just, I'm just going to agree with you.
That's fine.
I just feel we're blessed with how many good footballers we've got at the moment, and I think some of the players we've got now in terms of technical brilliance are, some of the best players that we've ever had. That's quite a boast to make when we've, I didn't see too much of it in the black and white sepia tinted days of the late 1800s. But we've got some real quality players, but the spirit and character that they've got now, and the tightness of that squad and the togetherness, I think probably go back to being sentimental like I've done when previous big wins and big occasions, but I think these are special times for us, and I'm desperate for us to turn it into something tangible. Now, if you asked me today, if you'd have asked me an hour ago, I probably would have said, yeah, we're going to win the league. Now I've had the drive home to contemplate it. I don't think we will win the league. Maybe that's a little bit of reverse psychology in there. But I do think we desperately need something tangible to show for it, because I want Emery to properly go down in the record books as the great manager that he is, and we need something to seal the deal, and that's winning something for me. He's the first person to get us into the Champions League in the new format, but that's 4th. That's 4th in the league. The record books show 4th in the league, and as much achievement that is, we needed to be a trophy alongside him. So I just hope we've got the momentum, because I don't know whether it might have been you. I was listening to somebody speaking sense, so that's why I'm doubting myself for whether it was
you.
You.
Me then.
It might have been you on one of the things that you've done, whether it was with Neil. It might have been with Neil. You might have clipped it, actually. So even you believed it was good, saying that whatever it is, whatever challenges come to Unai Emery, just like swatted it away.
Yeah,
so I can imagine him.
That was me.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah. So nice listening to you. But I just imagine him with this massive kind of frying pan that, people just fling everything at him, and he just kind of like bats it backhand and forehand like prime Nadal. But yeah, so he's a majestic manager, and he's given us these moments. like I said, I can't recall. You know, used to be in my younger days. I used to be a kind of rabid Holt ender at the front of the Holt, and you've probably seen me. You'll recognise me from previous Aston Villa goals in the late and early noughties on Match of the Day. But I can't recall scenes like that in the Trinity. You know, there's people next to me who even ended their kind of afternoon nap to celebrate. That's how kind of chaotic and raucous it was.
Yeah, special scenes.
This man Unai Emery has allowed us to do that.
Yeah, it's a question from Lam in the comments. Would you take fourth right now? Yeah, definitely. Because I would. Because I don't think we're going to win the league either. And
you wouldn't take it now, though, would you? While it's still a glimmer.
Well,
nobody's staking a claim.
No, that's true. That is true.
Looked like they were going to run away with it because everybody else was just going to kind of drop down and just let them win it. And we're the one who've staked a claim. And it might not last. It might not last beyond this calendar year. But why you got a chance? Why shouldn't we? Why shouldn't we? Say that
fair enough.
We deserve to be part of that conversation.
We're definitely part of the conversation. I'm not doubting that at all. The thing you said then about, and I don't want to open this debate too much now, but I'm going to do it anyway by bringing it up, about getting something tangible, i.e. marking this era with a trophy. I do agree with that, but it's kind of like we said before, if we don't win anything this year, that's bad, right? Because we all want to win something. But there's still what we said before about how do you get into the Champions League? Do you either win the Europa League or do you finish in the top four? Like, what is easier? And nothing is easy, but there's just something about grinding it out in the league and being consistent over 38 games, which is really impressive. And I think suits Emery. I think he's a trophy winner, so what I'm saying doesn't even make sense. But you know what I mean? From a Villa perspective, we could come up in a quarter-final away in Europe and struggle because it's a big atmosphere or a penalty shootout or something and the dream is over, right? It's kind of part of that is a little bit out of your hands, whereas being consistent in the Premier League is in your hands. It's up to you to go and show up and grind your way through it. So if we didn't win a trophy, I can't be like days like today. We don't get any silverware for beating Arsenal, but it's the moments and the memories of experiencing the journey. That's such a horrible thing. The journey is important as important as the destination, right? As per like a LinkedIn post, cringe thing. But do you know what I mean?
I turned on to X Factor judges' houses. What's going on here? All these journeys.
Do you know the point I'm trying to make though? If this season doesn't end in silverware, but we finish second, we go, oh, but we didn't win a trophy. Yeah, but that would be like one of the best seasons we've ever had in the modern era.
Oh, yeah, listen, let's just see how this latest adventure plays out. But we're all buzzing. We've beaten Arsenal. We've won. Is that fifth on the spin in the Prem now? Is that six? Five?
It might be 6. I think 7 in all competitions. Is it? I'll have a look. It's a lot anyway.
Should know this. More dubs than. Oh Christ. I'm going to say a badly edited porn film, but I won't say that.
Well, you have said it now, so that's good, isn't it? So since the defeat to Liverpool, we've beaten Tel Aviv, Bournemouth, Leeds, Young Boys, Wolves. That's 5. Brighton, Arsenal. 7 wins, all competitions. So 5 in the league, 2 European games as well. I mean, even before Liverpool, you got Man City, Go Ahead Eagles, Spurs, Burnley, Feyenoord, Fulham, Bologna. That's 6. So we had a run of 6. We lost to Liverpool, and now we're on a run of 7. It's incredible. Absolutely incredible. You almost think you have to go on.
After you.
Okay. You have to sometimes read it, I think, to believe it. Because you just go, oh, Villa have won again. Like, of course, yeah, but that's what we do. But to have won 6 in a row in all competitions, lose to Liverpool, which I don't think we should have anyway, and then go on another winning streak, that's mad. Go Ahead Eagles, we lost. Yeah, my bad. I forgot about that. Damn it, almost. Run of 5. Run of 4. Oh, forget it. You know what I mean? We put
Villa Statos in the messages. He just said Unai Emery has a 64% win percentage at Villa Park in the Premier League. That number is insane over 59 games. Yeah. It really is remarkable. There's that word again. Villa Statos is probably the best man to explain how many league games he's won in a row as well. But yeah, you know, the stats do back up the scenes that we're seeing at the moment, but they only tell half the story because we've got, like I said, we've got some formidable footballers. And, you know, we started this segment doing the man of the match, don't you?
Yeah, I'm going to get back to that in a second. It's plenty, isn't it? Just one more thing very, very quickly. What we get it all the time, right? So for the Midlands teams, it's the Villa thing that away fans do, and then teams like Arsenal, we always get the European Cup banter back and forth, and the Champions of Europe. You're never seeing that. It's always followed by Champions of Europe. You weren't even born. My dad went, well, I was. And so were loads of people. It was 40 odd years ago. I really find that such a strange. I get it. I know what they're saying.
You weren't nowhere.
I wasn't. No, but lots of other people weren't. But there was. I'm sure there were people in the Arsenal away end that weren't born the last time they won the Premier League, and that was only 20-something years ago. So this you weren't even born. All right then. So none of football history is important then.
Exactly. Will they be alive the next time they win the Premier League?
Oh, it won't be this year, so who knows? It'll be at least another year when we rock up with the big trophy. Who do we play final day of the year? Who's going to be giving us I
think this is one of the quiz questions. This is one of the quiz questions. The previous year's quiz.
Oh yeah, take the trophy to the Etihad. That'll be good, won't it? Or home to Liverpool.
We can't take the trophy to the Etihad because we play them at the end of December, so we're not going to get that much of a winning margin in the next 3 weeks.
No, we play Man City away at the last game of the season.
Sorry, I'm thinking the Emirates. Sorry, mate. No. I don't even know. I don't even know me stadiums.
You don't know your commercially airline sponsored, state-owned sponsorship stadiums. God, that's so easy to mix up. Right, AVTV are fuming, says Kevin. Has anyone watching AVTV still in 2025? Only opposition fans, I suppose. Right, man of the match. Shall we do that that segment? Who else would you pick alongside Emi Buendia?
Oh,
told you it'd be chaos this episode.
Everybody. I thought Cash was brilliant again. I know we always favour the goal scorers, but he's really good, isn't he? You know, I owe him
resurgence as well. Fair play.
Say again, sorry.
Like his resurgence too. I mean, if you looked at the team, the result. Took away the clubs. So, Villa beat Arsenal. What year is this? Well, the goal scorers were Cash and Buendia. Well, was it 2019 or 2020? Like they're still playing for Villa. We've written them off millions of times by now. I mean, I've always supported Emi Buendia, as everyone who knows who's listened to this show. But they're players that we could have replaced, and yada yada yada. Matty Cash is having his kind of Luca Dean era, isn't he? I think of a player that would probably maybe improve upon him. He's one of when we said at the start of this season when he'd been one of the best players of the first few games, he'll be up for player of the season for now, but later down the line. If he carries on the way he is, he will be a contender for Villa's player of the season because he's been that good consistently now for every game. So he's having his little moment, which is great. And Buendia, we spoke about it before, of the thing of him might be written off and he comes back and collects man of the match to beat Arsenal.
Imagine, I know Dean Smith was there today. Imagine Dean Smith in the director's box going, I signed him.
Yeah.
Signed him as well.
You weren't even born. I signed him actually. I was here. But again, another thing that we spoke about early season of we still got loads of Dean Smith signings here. Yeah, they're winning us games to put us 3 points off the top of the league because they're important players to Aston Villa. Like this is why you support the players that still play for you because they can find a gear and show what they're about.
Yeah, I do like those kind of resurgent stories. I mean, listen, it's difficult because I thought Kamara and Tielemans were brilliant today. Morgan Rogers plays off the cuff so much. I feel like he's playing. I mean, I don't know where he went to school, somewhere local. Mind you, I know where he went to primary school because we filmed his documentary over the road from it. He's got quite a lot of primary schools around there. So I can't remember what it's called.
Probably shouldn't say anyway for legal reasons.
No, but he plays like he's in the school playground. And everything is just so kind of relaxed and off the cuff. And half of me thinks, well, if he just concentrated and was just disciplined a little bit more, would he be even better? We've had this debate before, haven't we? But is that the kind of Pep Guardiola, Jack Grealish, take all the flair away from him bit? Do we need to have him occasionally give him the ball away because he's too off the cuff? I think I probably prefer this version. I don't think I want a robotic version, but some of he got Ben White on toast, hadn't he, towards that last moment of the first half, where probably only needed to turn him inside out the fifth time. He probably didn't need to do it the sixth time. But he's such a brilliant player, and I know he frustrates us when he gives the ball away. I can't nail this down to 3, can I? McGinn. I thought McGinn, some of his short passing went astray first half, but then some of his longer range passing was absolutely on point, and that one that he's pinged to Cash in the second half that nobody saw, only he saw the angle to play that back, and then Cash probably should have taken a touch. But I don't know, mate. He's probably you know, Maatsen, I thought, did a really good job of keeping Saka.
And I'm surprised he played, to be fair. My anticipation for what we saw at Brighton was, you know, Maatsen, Tielemans and Dean. No, sorry. Dean, Tielemans and Buendia, it might have been, or one other. They didn't play. So I thought, well, they'll come straight back in. Tielemans did. And Dean is normally trusted for the big game, or the game maybe we expect him to be a bit more defensive. So I was surprised to see Maatsen, although I thought he played well. He played well on Wednesday as well, and John said in the fan zone, and this is not a criticism of him, but of going forward, you know what you're going to get defensively. Could be a little bit suspect at times, but I think he's getting better. Just as you mentioned then about Rodgers playing on the playground, John's comparison to Maatsen sometimes in the moments of like, oh, he didn't quite look up to it there. It was, he looks like a year 7 who's playing with the year 11s, and he looks out of it. Morgan Rodgers looks like one of those year 11s in some of these guys where he's I don't say he's too good for the level, like this isn't non-league or anything, but do you know what I mean? He's like, oh, he proper stands out in these big games, Rodgers. It's really impressive.
Yeah, he was class. And listen, I've named half a dozen players there. I thought it was a really good
Harris
team.
was great again as well.
Yeah, and you know what I really liked? It would have been easy for Emery with, I don't know, let's say 10 or 15 minutes remaining to say, well, okay, a point keeps us in touching distance. It keeps some beaten at Villa Park. Let's almost, you know, kind of bottle it up a little bit. But he wasn't. He was still kind of urging us forward. His changes were still kind of forward minded, and that's quite that. If you've got a manager who believes that you can go not only go toe to toe with the team that have got. I mean, I don't know what the defensive record is now, but I think they certainly went into the day with the best defensive record in the Premier League. I think that's probably still is the case. And you think that you can go and, you know, take them on and win that game when you know that, you know, our back four, we'd lost Torres off injured. I think Cash got a slight strain or a slight knock.
He looked like he was a bit tired, yeah.
Ending the game with Lindelof at centre half and with
Bogard right back.
With Bogard at right back. And Emery's like, nah, go on, lads. Go on.
I know, that surprised me a little bit.
Go and win it.
That surprised me. I was listening to Emery's live interview on TalkSport, and he said about like at 1-1 we weren't accepting the result. We were still going to go for it, which is, it's not normally like him. And I did get the sense we were maybe with the changes specifically, this feels a bit like we're shutting up shop here. And the Torres Lindelof thing is an injury or a knock. Cash probably the same, maybe fatigue. So it's not let's get all the defenders off. But McGinn and Onana coming off at the same time, that can go one or two ways. And I thought it was going the way of, oh, that's your energy, that's your presence. To take those off is that could be a problem or whatever. And it's not, because however way you want to dress it up, and I don't want to be negative, but that team that ended the game is not as good as the team that started it. That's just a fact, right? Bogard, Lindelof, Sancho, Marlon. I mean, Marlon's a good player, but you know what I mean? They're good players, but those are not your first choice. They're not Onana, they're not McGinn, they're not Watkins, Torres. Come on, help me out. Just let me flounder around in the wilderness. But that team is not as good. So the thing there is, we are just holding on for the 1-1 then. And I was pretty much accepting of, well, this game's going to kind of fizzle out a little bit to be a draw. And I'm okay with that. You know, it's a shame to go ahead and not win, but we're still unbeaten at home. Arsenal are a good side, a point, you know, whatever. To end the way we did is obviously complete chaos and unbelievable scenes. But that team, I thought, was shutting up shop from the changes. But the way we still play was, we're still going for this. Like despite the team, in my opinion, being worse on paper, we've actually looked better than Arsenal here, despite the changes. I can't quite comprehend how the team just keeps going, how they find that kind of mental energy to just keep pushing and keep going.
There's two things in the comments that have just landed that probably could be good slogans for your next range of founders merchandise. One of them is, nice. I'll have a point of Arteta's tears. The other one is, what a weekend. Villa win, Small Heath lose, and curry and chips for tea.
Nice, yeah. Sit down the back. There's a guy for you. I mean, not many Arsenal fans in the comments, surprisingly. I don't know where they all are. They seem to be giving it the big one in the preview of how Villa are going to get battered on the weekend, and Arsenal will come up and prove how good they are. Still waiting to see them and still waiting to hear from them as well. Very quiet there, fans at times.
We don't want them in.
Very weird. No, we don't want the engagement and stuff. It's funny, isn't it? Yeah, what were we saying before all that? I can't even remember. Did we pick him out of the match? Oh, Matson, same. Matson was good as well. We've gone through most of the team, haven't we? Really?
Yeah, I think so. As usual, can we pick 3 if there's enough? Yes, we can pick 15. So, I mean, do you want to have a quick talk about the goals? Because how many's Cash got now? Has he got 3 or 4? Scored them win against Man City.
Tottenham.
Scored at Sunderland. Didn't score Tottenham, did he?
No, he didn't score Tottenham.
He pinged the ball for Tottenham.
Yeah, 3, possibly 4.
So the quality of that finish again. I think was it Torres who's pinged it and he's taken a deflection off an Arsenal head, and that's quite a finish. That is. Whether we meant to nutmeg the keeper, I don't know, but
that's always nice, isn't it?
He struck that so cleanly.
3 goals, 1 assist.
Yeah. But yeah, so that goal was class. Their goal, I don't know. Anana's been robbed, hasn't he? But I think there's still better. There's still much that we can do better before it ends up in the net. I think he's always going to get to Saka on the overlap. And I don't think we got across to him quick enough. Like you said, perhaps that gave us that extra energy to go and find another gear.
Like kick up the arse on it, a bit for the stadium. There is a game going on. Put down your pies and your beers or whatever. Come back into the stadium, please. We have kicked off again. So good for the atmosphere, but good for the players as well, because whatever we said at half time, you plan for 1-0 up, we do this, we do that. Oh no, Arsenal are back into it. Okay, you kind of treat it like you've just started the game again. So in a weird way, and like I said, this only goes on to be proven because we don't lose. I think you use that as an opportunity for like, okay, still 0-0 lads kind of vibe, and we go again here. Yeah,
I mean, I put a prediction on social media this morning. My head said we were going to win. And my heart said we were going to win, but the way I described it, I couldn't quite commit myself to predicting a win. So I put down 1-1. I thought, well, yeah, I did. I said it's going to be 1-1.
I think John said 2-1, by the way, on the preview.
Did he?
I think so. I said the same as last year. I said 1-0. Well, the same as when we beat them at home, 1-0. I went for. I'm sure John said 2-1.
He gets a bit starry-eyed around Christmas time, though, don't he? Bless him, the little legend. Should we talk about the ref?
Yeah, go on then.
Crap ref again, crap ref again.
What's frustrating for me is when you're Aston Villa of, I don't know, 2011, 2015, whatever it is, you're playing against some of the big boys. You're playing against Fergie's Man United. You know the rules almost. You ain't getting nothing here. You're not going to get any decisions. If you get a contentious penalty, you ain't getting it. If it goes the other way, they'll get it. It's that kind of vibe. When does that run out? We're a good team now. Shouldn't we be getting these decisions as well? Wolves was the same last week. We didn't seem to get anything in that. This week, Arsenal are still the big club. They're the title. They're the ones who are top at the moment. So they still get some kind of this preferential treatment. But why things are free kicks for them that then the same thing happens to us and it's nothing I just don't get it.
I think our manager's too polite. I don't think he used to kind of throw a tantrum when his tapas wasn't ready. When he was a young boy. I think we said this start of the season, didn't we? We thought that Villa had gained an edge, in terms of Emery, I think, was outspoken in one post-match interview or something. And then I think we have a little kick, didn't Sawiris or somebody have a little moan about the PSR rules. But I think we are too nice, and it's to our credit. But that one today, I mean, there was I think Anana stuck out his go his leg.
That was mad.
Cleanly.
That was mad. How does the ref think the ball's pinged off in the other direction for?
I don't know.
Nowhere near an Arsenal player. It wasn't a pass, was it? Christ.
There was one where the referee's standing right near play, but the lino gives the free kick. There was an instant second half where a ball was still on the pitch, and we still played on with Arsenal took a free kick with a different ball. And there was the one where your man Calamari, or whatever he's called, your man Calamari thought he was playing Squid Games, and see what I've done there. And he's hugging McGinn around the waist. I know he got booked for it, but you're thinking, come on, it was Peter Banks. We thought that your man Kavanagh last week was bad, but Banksy's right up there.
Do you remember? I was about to say, do you remember then? Because if we were in the same school age, maybe this wasn't a thing. Do you remember when people used to say bank and put their fingers in their mouth? Do you remember that?
I don't remember that, but we used to have this one. I won't swear, but two elephants went up a hill and parted. Tim Edison went to a hill started. That's the one.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah, same thing. What is this podcast, man? How have we got to 1,000 episodes of this?
The adrenaline, mate. I'm still delirious from it all. That's what it is. I don't know what my normal excuse is. Yeah, so yeah, we always get crap rest, don't we?
I don't know how it happens. It must level out at some point. And there'll be games when we get decisions, I'm sure. But Christ, man, some of the ones we've had over the last few weeks where you just think, what's going on here? What game are you watching?
Am I being super biased here? But did Saka leave a bit on Martinez about a minute after he'd been booked?
I thought so. I've not seen it back. It seemed like it at the time. Martinez weren't happy about it. But you don't know whether he's just playing his role in that part, I suppose.
Yeah, and it was what were they singing to Martinez, Arsenal fans? Was it too shit for Arsenal or something? Was it
something like that? Yeah.
I thought they were singing it at Bucharest at one stage, but yeah, it was. It was just. I don't know. I hope. I'm a bit annoyed that we play them so soon. Again,
I don't know. I think that might be in our favour. It's all still in the mind, isn't it? This one.
It would be. I just think that they might get revenge on us.
Oh, I don't know. I think we might do them twice.
Yeah, I don't want to kill the mood. See if I have to try and badger people, see if I can get a ticket for that, because that's.
Can we get in hospitality?
Say it again.
Can we get to hospitality? Weren't the last time we went to London together?
Could have a word with our mate from. I should remember this. What's the name of the place?
The company.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to say?
Yeah, if it gets us.
Okay.
Ticket,
yeah. Okay. BetMGM. If you're listening, get us to Arsenal, please.
I've got a couple of shout outs that I want to give. There's a fellow who sat right behind me, and it wasn't your man last week who was annoying everybody with his nonsense shouting and moaning. It was a fellow called Graham, and he said, and I think he sent me a message on social media in the week about it. He says, whenever you promote, and this is a good hook to promote the F Pro mat. He says, whenever you say the F Pro ball skills mat, he thinks it's the bald skilled mat. So he thinks you're trying to flog me for Christmas. But yeah, so shout out for Graham. Thanks for listening, mate. And yeah, you're more than welcome to sit behind me every game now if we get a finish to the game like that. And there's a fellow I saw at half time who was called Neil from Hales Owen. Neil, Dib, Nath, and Jack. Dib is short for Dibble, apparently.
Is that 4 different people, or was that one name?
Yeah, that's not his name. That would be a terrible name. Neil, Dib, Nath, and Jack.
Neil, Dib, Nath, Jack, who's listening to this, is absolutely fuming now, isn't
he? Yeah, sorry about that if that is your real name. What brilliantly creative parents you've got. And the other one, this is probably the most random shout out I've got to give at all. I don't know this bloke, but he bumped into my sister at a funeral in midweek, and somehow, I don't know, over the canapes or whatever you have at a funeral, the subject of me came up. So it must have been a fairly happy affair. And said he was a big fan of my writing. So,
is this for the F Pro ad as well, or?
Must be the way I hold the pen. Yeah. I think he means back in the olden days when I was a writer rather than an esteemed broadcaster as I am now. So his name was David Jones. So big shout out to him as well.
From Sky.
I don't think it was that one. No.
Okay. You'd take some comments from him, wouldn't you, on your broadcasting? You'd have that.
You would, yeah. When we saw your man from, is it Adam? What's his name?
Tottenham. Smithy?
Yeah, we saw Smithy. Yeah.
Was that with BetMGM? Was it?
He was with BetMGM, who were able to host us with Tottenham away, and what a wonderful experience. I mean, listen, when the fun stop, we did. We left after about an hour of free drinks. But for BetMGM, for all your betting and trying to flag us into a hospitality lounge for Arsenal away needs. Do you want to shout out our proper sponsors as well?
I'll do that in a minute. One thing that we've not spoken about yet that I'm amazed it's taken until 45 minutes for you to bring up, or for me to bring up on your behalf. Prize Where It Lies. A little bit different, wasn't it? Little Frankie, yeah, doing his step overs, and I don't know what he was playing at, but fair play. Make the most of your moment.
I think he was trying to get to Hollywood, wasn't he? With some of those skills. I only stayed for Frankie. I didn't see the others. Were the others any good or not?
Somebody did win, and it was like a gnat's eyelash away from the centre circle. So that was very close. I can't remember their name. Wasn't paying attention, and the other one got nowhere near. I think off the top of my head, and then it got put away, and I thought, Do more than 3, or bring back the bloke slipping over. That's what I want.
Yeah, I mean, I won't give any spoilers, but if only we got our own version of that for our Christmas quiz special that is coming up in a few weeks' time.
I think the only way we could do a prize where it flies equivalent is if we first thought of a name for that segment that was utterly ridiculous and a parody of that. Until we do that, I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, let me go away and let me have a think about that.
Okay. Our sponsors for this show are F Pro and NordVPN. The links to those are in the comments down below and the description. We'll play the F Pro ad to end the show at the very, very end. But they tell me to tell you that they've got a site-wide 40% off sale. And if you use our code, Claret and Blue, you get 20% off as well. So up to 60% off this Christmas. Don't say we don't bring you anything good here. 60%.
And you, just because I tell you to say, you say, what are you, their puppet or something?
Well, yes. While the money comes rolling in, yeah. And that's what I'm told to do.
You know what they tell me to say? They tell me to say that as Villa climb the league, hopefully sit somewhere near the top by Christmas, that Claret and Blue podcast are doing a live event at Hockley Social on December the 15th. Tickets are free of charge.
They're free?
Free of charge,
I can't believe that.
Yeah, they're free of charge, and it's the last ever event at Hockley Social, last ever Claret and Blue event at Hockley Social, because that's closing down at the end of the year. So what a time to join us to celebrate all that is Aston Villa, to have a little bit of a laugh, few drinks, nice street food, and to, kind of all gather together ahead of Christmas.
Yeah, that's the day after West Ham. So fingers crossed that game goes in the way we hope it does, and it's in the build up to Man United as well, which we all know how that's going. So we can probably do the post match for that in advance, can't we? The tickets for the live show are in the podcast in the podcast description, and I'll put them in the comments as well. They're also on social media. They are free. There's about 300 odd capacity, so if you want to get your tickets for that, please do. We might film it, we might not. So if you feel like you're going to miss out, then come to the show. We'll play the F Pro ad in a second. Is there anything else that you want to discuss before I just quickly give a league table update?
Just what I wanted to check, and I'll do some digging for this after the event anyway. You probably got in prime position, Dan, being a couple of rows back from the dugout, but what were those scenes like on the pitch? Because I felt that a couple of players who'd gone off injured had suddenly made mad recoveries to be jumping around like idiots, celebrating. Was it? I was probably kind of in a headlock for my son or something by then, but was it as joyous as it seemed? The bits that I glanced,
very much so. Yeah, obviously we're right in front. So as you look out to the pitch, the dugout is on my right. So they have to walk past us to get back to the tunnel. We're that side of the dugout. And it's just the way it goes, right? Emery and the Villa dugout is that side, so they all come running towards our end rather than towards the whole end way. So Emery's like directly in front of us. I'm 7 or 8 rows back, so it's not like I can touch him. But I almost went over the row in front of me, so I was a little bit closer. And Nana's giving it beans back to us. He's giving everything, as he does towards the whole end at the end. His fist pumps sounded extra loud today, but he was giving it loads. McGinn's on the pitch in his kit still, even though he's come off. The others are still in there. In their big coats and puffer jackets and everything, but yeah, like I just can't remember a goal like that. And there will be some, of course, there will be. We've had last minute winners before, but of that magnitude in terms of the level of opposition and where we are, that's not won us the league. It's not won us a trophy. It's not got us to Wembley. It doesn't mean anything in the grand scheme of things. But I just can't remember celebrations like it that are that kind of intense around the stadium. Like, my dad's never, when I've been going in the Trinity, he's never come away with a cut up his shin. I've never almost gone over the row in front because there's no one sat there and someone's had to pull my back. Like, do you know what I mean? It's just different.
Yeah, it did hit different. It was. If I close my eyes, I could still summon it up.
Yeah.
I've got the pain in my calf to remind me as well. But yeah, no, it was magnificent. What a lovely day.
Absolute scenes in every definition of the word, limbs, etc., etc. All the other games have now finished, so thanks for sticking with us for a long episode to get the classified results. We have Bournemouth 0, Chelsea 0, which is a great result for us. We started the week. That's finished. We started the week level on points with them, 24 apiece. We're now on 30. They're on 25. So a 5-point swing over Chelsea just this week alone. Fantastic. I'll do the others while I'm here. Everton beat Forest 3-0. Everton are now 5th. Man City beat Sunderland also 3-0. So they're second. Boo. Newcastle beat Burnley 2-1, and Tottenham beat Brentford 2-0. And Leeds Liverpool is the 5:30 kickoff. No games really affect us. Brighton play tomorrow, and Man United play Wolves away. God, that'd be terrible on Monday. So Villa are third with 30 points. Fourth place Chelsea, 5 points behind them. Fifth place Everton, 6 points behind them. And sixth place Crystal Palace, who also play tomorrow, 7 points behind. So we are closer to Arsenal than we are to dropping out of the top four, which is mad.
I bet you're too young to remember James Alexander-Gordon, aren't you? The voice of the reading out the
I'd probably recognise the voice, possibly.
The results on BBC. Yeah, you gave me those vibes. Then he's 5'4".
I was just going to do that.
4-5.
Yeah, good. That's the one everyone thinks of, right? Has that score ever happened, or is that from a comedy?
I think it was genuine. Yeah.
Does it? Yeah. Okay, cool. Sounds like something from the two Ronnies or something.
One final thing: Wellington. Spare a thought for Emery's coat. Missed today's victory.
Good. Probably got to rip through the hole or something after Wednesday, isn't it? Through the arm sleeve. Right, we'll call it a day there. Matt, thank you very much for joining me on this one. Massively appreciate it. Thanks to everyone who tuned in live. Not as many live viewers as there was on Wednesday, but probably half of you have gone out drinking all afternoon, so fair enough, or watching other football. So if you're watching this on catch up, as I expect most of you are, then get involved with your thoughts in the comment section. Myself and John Townley will be back on Monday for a Q&A. So if you want to scroll down to where the F Pro link is and the NordVPN link, there's also a link to the mailbag. If you want to send us in a question about the title race or whatever it might be, you can get in touch there. Matt, I'm going to ask you, as I have on the last few, to suggest a word or a phrase for those to comment so we know that they'll stay till the very end. I jokingly, to anyone who didn't watch all of the Fan Zone, suggested John's an idiot, because I asked him to suggest one and he sat there in silence. So I said, all right, John's an idiot. So if anyone was wondering why the comments on the last video was full of John's an idiot, it was all in good faith and good fun. What do you want to go for?
Can we have Now You're Going to Believe Us, just so I can sing us out?
Yeah, and then the F Pro ad. You're going to sing. We've got to sing and listen to you acting in the final 2 minutes of the show.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, just indulge me for it's nearly Christmas, isn't it? And we've just beat Arsenal in the last minute.
Okay, so in the comments we'll have.
And now you're going to believe us. We're going to win the league.
Thank you for watching, everybody. We'll see you soon.
And now you're going to believe.